Vengeance! Vengeance!
Welcome to another video, guys. Today I will give you a few tips on how to become a better Hearthstone player and improve on the game faster. I've coached so many people to Legend already, but I keep noticing a few areas where they can take their game to a higher level. So in this video I will pinpoint 5 exact things you need to start doing so you start climbing higher in ranks. I hope the video helps you, and if you enjoy what I'm doing, a like and a subscribe would really mean a lot. I also have tons of other helpful guides, like how to position better against each class, how to play better with and against secrets, how to get more dust and legendaries, and so on, so you might want to check out those later too. Now, let's get into the guide. Starting off with the Mulligan. A lot of people shoot themselves in the foot right off the bat, keeping very suboptimal cards in their starting hand. When you are in the Mulligan phase, you need to be asking yourself a few very important questions. Are you going first or second? What class are you playing against? What do you expect from that class? What do you need to do against that class? And are you favored against that class? And so on. Depending on if you're going first or second, your role in that matchup can change drastically. If you're going first, for instance, you will be the one dictating the pace of the game, and you will be the one asking the questions, which usually means you will want your good early game minions, so you can advance on the board. If you are going second, however, you will need to be answering the questions your opponent is giving, meaning that you will be needing some early game removals so you can take the board from your opponent. Knowing the enemy is half the battle won, so knowing what to expect from the opponent with and without the coin is really crucial. I'm not saying to always expect the worst from them, cause that will really limit your plays, but know what they can usually pull off against you and mulligan accordingly. Knowing if you're favored or not against a particular class will also help you deciding if you need to be greedy with your mulligan or not. If you're really unfavored against that class, keeping usually okay cards will probably not be enough to win that one, since you will probably need to get your really good cards in your mulligan if you want to have a chance winning that matchup. And finally, if you are considering a full mulligan keep, think about how you will be playing out your turns ahead, and really think if that would be optimal for you or not. For instance, keeping 3 good 1-drops might seem like a good idea in your head if you're starting first, but if you use up all of those 1-drops in your first 2 turns, you will probably run out of steam pretty quickly, and that is less than optimal. Next up, let's talk about planning about the future. A lot like in the mulligan phase, you need to be thinking about what you want to achieve against the class you're playing against, and how you want to play out your turns against them. Keeping an open mind and actually thinking about your next turn, depending on what you do in the current turn, is really game-changing. It might seem like a great idea to you to use up all of your mana on turn 4, but if that doesn't leave you with a good play on turn 5, maybe it would have been better to just float 1 mana on the turn before. Of course you need to be considering the possible top decks you will be getting on your next turn, but if odds are not in your favor, taking the conservative approach might be better for you most of the time. The third tip is probably the easiest to follow, as long as you're playing on a computer. And if you really want to be good in Hearthstone, you pretty much have to play on a computer. I'm not gonna tell you that you have to play with a deck tracker so you don't miss any little detail in every matchup, cause you probably already know that. Instead, I will tell you about a feature that probably 90% of the players using Hearthstone deck tracker don't know about. You can actually turn on a board attack counter that automatically counts your entire board damage each turn, so you can instantly spot lethals. This will really save you tons of time, especially if you have a full board, and you will never have to second guess your math, since the board attack counter will do it for you. You can also turn on the same feature for your opponent, so you know if he is actually threatening lethal against you, and that might help you make the correct play on your next turn. To turn the damage counter on, all you have to do is go to Hearthstone Deck Tracker's options, go to Player, and go to Turn Board Attack Counters. For the opponent, it's the same, but in the Opponent tab. Now you will start seeing these little circles next to the hero power of each champion, and you will have a lot easier time of spotting lethal in the future. On the number 4, again we have a simple tip but with a pro twist to it. Knowing the meta and knowing what deck you're playing against. Knowing the meta isn't hard nowadays. All you have to do is pick a good site like HS Replay or Vicious Syndicate, or even watch my top 5 meta reports, which are pretty spot on if I do say so myself, and you will have a pretty good idea of what you can expect from your opponents. The tip I want to give you though is that you actually can go even further than that and actually pinpoint the exact deck you are playing against by using HS Replay's free service on their site. If you open their site and go to decks and scroll all the way down for the filter search for cards, you can write the name of a card in that field and search for all of the decks that are running those cards. And you will be able to find almost the exact deck you're probably playing against, especially if they play a very specific card like Obelisk, for instance. It will help you decide if you need to be playing around certain board clears that you are expecting from that class, or you will probably be good not playing around those. I know it's extra work, but if you really want to be climbing ranks, you need to be tryharding, and trust me, it is gonna pay off in the long run. And the final tip here would be play to win. I know it sounds simple, but a lot of people actually play not to lose, which is a huge difference. When we first start playing Hearthstone, a sure sign of improvement is we start to play not to lose, meaning that you start playing around things that you are expecting from your opponent. This is a really great skill to have, but if you really want to become a better Hearthstone player, you need to learn when you need to start playing for the win instead. Playing around a card that you know the opponent is running and you know that he has it somewhere in his deck is great, but when you know you're running out of steam and you know that you will not be able to get back on that board, it would probably be better for you to just go all in and spam everything on the board and just hope that your opponent didn't draw that card. Also, using your damage just to go in face, just so you can set up a 2-turn lethal, might be better for you as well. Things like these will really help you steal some wins where it actually seemed like it was impossible to steal the win. So really think hard if it's actually worth it for you to try and survive an extra turn, if that only means that you will just lose with one extra turn. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope these tips help you get better at the game and climb some extra ranks. Feel free to contact me for some Hearthstone coaching too, and we will arrange it. Thanks for watching. I'm Kris05, and I'll see you in my next video or stream.